One of the vital parts of painting realistically is being able to blend effectively. Our aim as realist artists is to accurately replicate what I call gradient transitions, where one colour changes to another one as a gradient, and they're everywhere within an image. With differing degrees of transition of colour, value and saturation and different combinations, our brains are trained to recognize these transitions as how light interacts with 3D form, so that we can understand the things around us. As artists, the better we are able to replicate these transitions in our art, the better our chances of fooling the brain to think what we're seeing is realistic, so it's vital to try and master them. So in order to create these gradient transitions in paint, we need to be able to blend these colours together. And in this video, I'll show you 3 different blending methods you can use to achieve that. So having mixed and matched 2 or more colours correctly using the method shown in these videos here, we're ready to start painting our artwork. The shape that we need to fill in with our pre-mixed paints form the right cheek of this portrait. There's a smooth and gentle gradient transition from the top to the bottom of the shape. Here you can see me using the first of our 3 blending methods to make this gradient, and it's the method I choose to use for most of my paintings. It's what I call the dabbing method. This is how you'd use it in the real world with your artwork, but let's break it down and simplify it a little bit more so you can see it more clearly. We'll start with the 2 colours we want to blend. A blend can be between colours, value, saturation, or any combination of these 3 elements. For clarity, I've chosen blue and red for each of these examples. The split arrows on the sides of the square indicate the band in which the gradient transition, or blend, needs to take place. I'd class this as a medium to quick transition. All 3 of these techniques need both of the paints you're blending to be wet. This is called wet on wet blending. So we start by overlapping both colours within the transition band or area with a broken rough edge. I started with the red, wipe off any excess red in my brush with a paper towel, then load the brush with the blue. Now, making sure to keep inside the blending area, use a quick dabbing action to pick up the red paint and dab it down in a different patch. Repeat this dabbing motion where there are patches, hard edges or any uneven marks until you have a smooth transition. And you're done. The second technique I call the zigzag. Start with the 2 colours touching or almost touching in the middle, and this time use your brush to draw the broken edge for you along the length of the blend using a zigzag motion. Next, blend the 2 together by using a dry, clean and soft brush. Gently sweep back and forth along the length of the blend. Avoid contamination of the blend too much by constantly wiping off any picked up paint from the sweeping action, especially when sweeping near the pure colours outside the blending zone. The third method is a type of optical blending, meaning that at a given distance the colours will appear like they're blended when they actually aren't. It's called steps because you mix the 2 paints together that you want to blend and paint the new mixture in between the 2. Hence the steps, you get steps from one leaning from one to the other. You can add from 1 to how many steps you want to transition to create the effect of blending. The more steps you add, the more convincing the illusion of blending will appear. Once you know all the different ways to blend, you can pick and choose which to use, or you can use all of them in combination in just one painting. It's up to you. And there you have it. 3 different ways to blend. Knowing how to blend can help you achieve the look of depth of field, or in photography terms, bokeh, in order to enhance the realism of your piece. With most of my professional artwork, I try to integrate a depth of field effect into the design as part of the painting as a whole. So being able to blend the paint effectively is vital to achieving the look I'm after. Learning to control your medium was one of the 3 vital skills you need, as I pointed out in this video here, on what you need to learn to become a better painter. In fact, that video comes with a downloadable worksheet on blending, so you should have a look at that. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing so you can get weekly tips, tricks and techniques on how to paint and draw realistic artwork. Whether you're a beginner or a professional artist, there's always something new to learn. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.